Hey everyone, it's Kirk McLean here, and you're watching Clay's Canucks Commentary.
Hey Canucks fans, welcome to Clay's Canucks Commentary Live, presented to you by Van City Experts Real Estate. I'm your host, Clay Emo Canuck Clay, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take for Sunday, October the 20th. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. I'm in my new GLCPC shirt that just came in the mail. There we go. Perfect match. Look at that. Yes. And I know that Shannon has received her merch. I know that Fangirl has received her merch. I know that Justin has received his merch. So by hook or by crook, it all got to you guys. It got to me. And we're going to take some pictures with my kids wearing the merchandise, because as good looking as I am, they are even better looking than I am. So, but there's part of my blood in them, right? So we're going to be taking some new promo pictures and start to sell this merchandise more earnestly or more urgently, more something, because I believe in it. I think it looks great, and I hope that you guys do too. Welcome everyone. I hope you guys had a great weekend. I will do my usual welcome, my opening, then I'll do a quick word about my weekend, and then we'll get straight into Canucks talk about last night's win, preview the game against Chicago on Tuesday, kind of look at where the Canucks are. We can take stock. Yeah, yes, it's only 5 games in, but we're already 1/16 of the season in. And before you know it, we're going to be at the 10-game mark. We're going to be at American Thanksgiving, and then we're going to be right in the middle of things. So glad you guys are here with me. Moderators, do what you need to do to keep this a safe and respectful place. By the way, thank you, Swervin Irvin. That's a good color on me. Thank you. Yeah, you guys know I wear a lot of blacks, blues, and grays. I don't really wear a lot of light colors. Daz Money, nice to see you, Daz Money. Says, nice shirt, Clay. The color really popped on camera. Thank you. Man, I appreciate your nice compliments. Where do you get one? Jacob, you're talking about this shirt. I'm going to be talking about that in a few minutes. I always talk about my store. It's everywhere. CanuckClay.threadless.com. It's even right there. CanuckClay.threadless.com. It's even right there. CanuckClay.threadless.com. Moderators, do what you need to do to keep this a safe and respectful place. Members, that's legends, Hall of Fame franchise members, thank you for your support. I just recorded my members Ask Me Anything for the week, 11 questions. So you guys must have really missed it last week when I did my 24-hour live stream and I didn't do a members Ask Me Anything. It's a wonderful perk, a small perk, but a perk nonetheless for all the members. And you'll see that at the end of the video, I struggle to say the word demilitarized, as in the Korean demilitarized zone, the DMZ. Someone asked about it and I couldn't even say it. It's pathetic. I thought that I was a good speaker, but apparently not. So members, that video is up now. You don't watch it yet. Watch it after the live stream, or if you want to multitask, you can have it on 2 different screens. But who on earth would want that? Do I come with the shirt? No, only the shirt. But thank you for asking. And everyone else, no matter where you're watching from, whether my beautiful neighborhood of Seafston in Richmond, in the city, Lower Mainland, province, country, continent, around the world, thank you for being here. You know that I know that you can be watching anyone else do anything else, getting ready for work, school, or bed, or all 3. But the fact that you're here with me, know how much I always appreciate you. And I never, ever take you for granted. So this is how you can get involved tonight. You can subscribe to the channel so you get active in the chat session and get notified of my videos every single day. You can like the video. There are 114 people watching, 65 on YouTube, another 50 on X. Those 65 of you on YouTube, make sure you like the video, like the fact that we're together, like the fact that Canucks won last night, like the fact that Tyler Myers has played 1,000 games, like the fact that Kevin Lankinen got a shutout, and like the fact that we are now 1 game over 500. You can leave a donation and get the donation train out of the station. Time, I'll get to you in a sec. Time Capital. You can gift a membership. You can buy your own membership. You can upgrade your own membership. You can use your monthly membership message. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, you can certainly rate and review. Wait a sec. It's the third Sunday of the month. I usually do something on the third Sunday of the month. Stick around to the mid part of the show, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. I usually do this in the middle of the show, but since so many people are asking, yes, you can buy shirts like this at canuckclay.threadless.com. A couple things, a couple comments that came in that I want to highlight. This first one is from the Botch Guy, also known as Doodle Hockey. He was a wonderful 2 a.m. guest on my live stream, uses a monthly membership message. Let's give the Botch Guy some love right here, right now. Says, I like the fact at the next person that donates $2, I'm gonna match it. So Botch Guy throws down the challenge right now. I think he's limiting it to 2. I think if we're nice, he'll do up to 5, but we'll see what happens. So let's give the Botch Guy some love first and foremost for being the Botch Guy. And he basically, so Botch Guy, you can, Alfred just donated 10. You don't have to match it, but that is your signal to match at least a part of it, like you said you would. So firstly, let's give some love to the Botch Guy for using his monthly membership message. He is a member now for 16 months, which is awesome. So let's give some love to the Botch Guy. And then right after that, we have Elfrin, Mr. Skytrain voice. Elfrin comes in with a $10 donation. Oh, sweet. Just ordered your GLCPC hoodie. Looking forward to its arrival. That is awesome, Elfrin. Once you get it, let me know, and I'll shoot you back as a franchise member. I'll shoot you back your 10% discount. Fangirl, Justin, and Shannon, I will contact all of you. I think Fangirl, you said for me to donate your 10% to the Canucks for Kids, which is awesome. But I will contact all of you this week now for sure. But Elfrin, let's give some love to Elfrin in the chat. Just ordered your GLCPC hoodie. That is awesome. Give Elfrin double love. One for donating and another for buying some CCC merch. And Elfrin and others, I don't know if you notice a very small thing. If you've been a member for more than 2 years or more than 3 years, you may just have a new badge beside your name. Because I see a nice 24 next to Elfrin. I see a nice 36 next to Shannon. That's awesome. So yes, I finally updated the badges. So now if you've been around for 24 months or 36 months, you have a new badge to say that right there, right now. So let's give some love to Elfrin, and then he's a man of his word. Here comes the Botch Guy with his donation of $3. I see Fangirl and Coach Rob with a 36-month badge as well. That's 3 years of membership. That's amazing. It's another way that you can show off. Speaking of showing off, I'm showing off the Botch Guy. He's not showing off. Member for at least a year. $3 donation. Please, Clay, stay away from the tortillas. Yes, I'm having PTSD, post-traumatic tortilla stress disorder. I cannot look at a tortilla. I can barely say the word tortilla. That still hurts a week later. But thank you, Botch Guy. What doesn't hurt is your generosity. I appreciate you for sure. Time Capital says, could you do a fashion walk video if I donated you money? Well, usually I don't do requests, Time Capital, because I don't want to be a show monkey, but you'll be surprised at the amount of things I will do for very little money. But thank you for asking. You guys are the best. By the way, Adrian uses it, and I was just going to say, not only did we load in some new emojis, some new badges. I just messed it up. We loaded in the new 24 and 36 badge. You have a brand new emoji that you can use. And Adrian just uses it. I show it on here, but it doesn't show. You just have to look in the YouTube chat. Adrian has used the brand new GIF that Adrian made for us. So Adrian, thank you. If you want to slap the tortilla slap emoji in the chat, you can do so right now. just to show that you are with it. I'm going to do it right now as well. Boom. There it is. I just put it in there as well. Does it even move? I can't even see if it moves. You guys, does it actually move, that GIF? Or is it just a picture? Someone tell me. I can't see it on my screen. Does it move, you guys? Or is it just a picture? Oh, it doesn't move. Oh, I spent all this time making it a movable thing. Do any of the other GIFs move? Oh, I thought I uploaded a video. Oh, it's emoji, not a GIF. Oh, so I just tried 2 more. They don't move either, right? Okay, so they're just pictures. Okay, so maybe that's good to know. They are emojis. They're not GIFs. And I don't know why I just put 2 more random ones in there. That's awesome. Jason Lem says, if we raise $300, will Kayla come slap you? Jason, I do not advocate for violence on this channel. I don't want to get banned. Not tonight, but we'll set up a night, maybe when there's no Canucks news, we're in between games, as in later this week. Maybe we'll do one where we'll just have some fun with donations. We'll do it to an actual cause, not just the charity of emo. And then maybe we'll have certain parameters. We get to 100, this happens. We get to 200, this happens. We get to 300, this happens. So that's something that we can talk about, just not right now. I'll send you $3.60 for a 360 spin of a shirt that you sell on yourself to show us. Okay, so this shirt, Time Capital, there's nothing in the back though. So basically, but I will do a twirl just for you. If you send at least 360, I'll give you a 360 spin. Again, it doesn't take much to make me do certain things for money. Asking for a friend. Yeah, your friend's name is probably Jason Lim. All right, friends, I love seeing all the emojis popping up in the chat now. I can't believe I thought that they moved. You know, one day, again, not today, I will actually give you a brief explanation of what each emoji means and the story behind it. That might be a nice thing for some filler, is to explain where all this emojis come from. I think most of you know, if you've been around on this, chat for a while or on this channel, you would you'd see some I think you know the story behind each of the emojis as I'm looking at them. Well, one of them is Petey, so that's not me. One of them is, I'm trying to look. One of them is me falling, almost breaking my ankle on the couch. One of them is me falling through the window. One of them is me getting slapped in the face with a tortilla. And then there's one static thumbs up, and then there's 2 thumbs up ones as well. Okay, so there's a few there. I just gave you the story right now. So if that 360 donation comes in from Time Capital, I will honor it. And Botch Guy asks a very good question. Why does everyone want to see you in pain, Clay? That's a great question. I think, man, I'll do anything for $1 though, including hurting myself within reason. Okay, that's enough. I can't believe I just wasted 15 minutes talking. I didn't even talk about my weekend yet, but I think really quickly, it's very simple. I'm not studying. Good family time. Gil and I, great family time. Went to the Coast Langley buffet, Coast Hotel. It was awesome. Treated some friends. Stopped by the casino on the way out. Won a little bit. Took it easy tonight. Took a nap. Gil and I watched 2 movies. It was overall a really, really great weekend. And I did some work, did some church work. And I love the fact that I don't have to study. And then I'll answer this question, and then I will do, I will actually get into some Canucks talk. When is the next Canucks you're going to? I presume you're saying when is the next Canucks game I'm going to? I'm going to 4 of the next 5. I'm going to the Penguins game on the 26th. I'm going to the Carolina game on the 28th. I'm not going to the Devils game on the 30th. Oh, and then I'm not going to, then I am going to the Oilers on the 9th. So I'm going to 3 of the next 4. So all 4 games coming up except for the Devils game, because that's a Wednesday night, and that is indeed my church night. All right, friends, let's get to some Canucks talk. The Canucks put together their 2nd straight victory, very solid, top to bottom, 3-0 victory over the Flyers, exacting some revenge because they beat us 3-2 by shootout in game number 2 of the season. So remember, I'm not going to do this every stream, but it's easy to do so right now because there's only 5 games. They lost in overtime to Calgary in their home opener. They lost in a shootout to Philly in their second game. Then they lost to Tampa in the first game of this road trip. Then they beat Florida in overtime. And then they beat Philly 3-0. So now the Canucks are 2-1-2 for 6 points in 5 games. So there's 2 ways that you can do it. The easy way to figure out 500 is you take the number of points you have, you take the number of games you played, and you do subtraction. Whatever the number is, that's how much you're over 500. So we have 6 points. We have 6 points in 5 games. 6 minus 5 is 1. So we are 1 game over 500. That you can also look at that when you see the record 2-1-2. Take away the second 2, because that's 2 extra points, and we're 2-1 basically in games decided in regulation. And that's another way of putting it, is that we're 1 game over 500. But easiest way to do it is just points minus games played, and that's how many games you over 500. The Canucks finished with 109 points in 82 games. 109 minus 82. That's why we say they are 27 games over 500 last season. So once again, the Canucks with a wonderful 3-0 victory. Kevin Lankinen with a shutout. I know some of you are asking, do you play him in Chicago? The case for playing Lankinen in Chicago is he's won 2 straight games. He's coming off a shutout, and there was an extra day of rest. There were 2 days in between the games, not 1. I say play him. This kind of weird message, right? You get a shutout, and then by the way, we're going to play the other guy. Of course, you could make the argument that Shilovs needs to play because he hasn't played now since last Tuesday in Tampa, that 4-1 loss. But then if you're a regular backup, sometimes you don't play for 10 days, 14 days. So I don't buy the argument that Shilovs needs to play or else he's going to get rusty, because usually backups wait 10 to 14 days to play anyway sometimes. And if we agree, or if the Canucks establish that Lankinen right now is the starter, right, no Demko, and Shilovs is the backup, I have no problem playing Lankinen on Tuesday. No problem. He was so good on Saturday night. And then you get 3 days rest, including traveling, and then you get Pittsburgh, Carolina, and New Jersey on alternating on every second night. So you could run the table with Lankinen, but I don't think you have to. But I would play him against Chicago. And then the team flies home, and then you can figure out what you want to do against 3 pretty good teams. Well, at least 2 pretty good teams coming back. So I don't know. I wouldn't be upset either way, but if it were me, I would start Lankinen. Yes, that's what I would do. Okay, so I'll share my screen real quick because I just want to go through a couple things, and then we will do the mid-show sponsor read and get to some of your questions. So this is kind of what I was talking about earlier, the 2 losses at home, then the loss, but then the win and the win. So 2-day gap, then Chicago, 3-day gap, and then Pittsburgh, gap, Carolina, gap, New Jersey. So going to this game, I'm going to this game, not going to this game, and then let's go to November. What happens in November? Then another gap, and then away for 3 games. Oh, they go to California for that. So man, we can rack up some wins here. Even when we come back, yeah, Edmonton's tough, obviously, but then technically these teams are not tough. So the Canucks have a chance to really put some wins together. By the way, if you're looking for tickets, I know a guy. Email me, canuckclay@gmail.com. I have a few seats for this upcoming homestand. So canuckclay@gmail.com. Tonight's scores. The Jets, they are strong, you guys. They doubled the Penguins 6-3, and that was with Eric Comrie in net. Avalanche, they're figuring out how to play hockey. Granted, they were playing the Sharks 4-1, and then the Kings continuing their great start. I know that makes BC happy, beating the Ducks 4-1. Put it all together, and this is what the standings was like. Who cares about the East right now? I care about the West. And by the way, look at the Central Division. You already have 5 of the 8 teams over 500. and Colorado is going to catch up to that, and then Nashville. So this is a tough division. Can't believe Nashville's 0-5. In the Pacific, you have Calgary with 9, you have LA with 8, Seattle with 8, and Vegas with 7. But all of those teams, except for Calgary, have played more games. So with the Canucks, 1 game in hand already, they can move up to 3-1-2, 2 games over 500, 8 points in 6 games. 8 minus 6 is 2. So they could actually be in a second place tie with LA and Seattle if they beat the Chicago Blackhawks. Of course, these teams might play before then as well. And you look at the entire league right now, the Canucks are moving closer to halfway. They're in 18th place, but they're tied with the 14th place team. So they're exactly halfway up the standings between 14 and 19. And then you look at the Canucks, their stats. Right now, Brock Besser is the leading scorer with 5 points in 5 games. He's the only Canucks player who has a point per game so far average. You have DeBrusk, Garland, and Hughes with 4 points. So DeBrusk a quiet 4 points, but he's got 4. Miller, Bluger, and Hogline with 3. Then Heinen, Pedersen, and Sherwood with 2. Forbert and Sprong, Amon, Ratu, Suter, Myers, Hronik with 1. So really, there's only a couple skaters that don't have a point yet. Soucy's played in all 5 games, and these guys have played in 2 or 3. By the way, Eric Brandstrom, I kind of like his game. I think he's going to be. I think he's been great filling in for Derek Forbert. I'm not saying we've won the last 2 games because Forbert hasn't played, but I think Brandstrom has been great, and I think that was a nice little throw in, if it was indeed a throw in to that Tucker Pullman trade. So there's some thoughts. Oh, really quickly, we can look at the goalies. And just see right now how, it is a competition and Lankinen. Look at Lankinen. So 3 starts versus Shelovs is 2, 953 save percentage to 827, goals against him 128 to 450. But that 953 save percentage, and those haven't been muffin saves. Some of those saves has been really, really good. So this Lankinen deal for $900,000 or whatever you're paying for him, I think is quite outstanding for sure. Hey, Irvin. Yeah, I thank you. I guess you just got in here because I was talking about them in the first 10 minutes of the show. Yes, the new 24 and 36 month badges for anyone who's been around for 2 or 3 years. Glad you noticed it. But yeah, it's awesome for those that have been around for longer than 2 years that they can show it off right now. Okay. So I didn't see that $4, the $360 donation. So I don't think I have to dance and twirl around like a ballerina for that $3.60. But who knows? Maybe it will come in a little bit. So it's already 11:23. Why don't I just talk about this poll question, wrap it up really quick, and then we can get to the mid-show sponsor read. So I'm going to end this poll right now. And the poll said basically, how are you feeling about the Canucks after their 2 recent wins? 42% of you said happy they won, but still work to do. 36% said much better, feeling more confident. 14% said Canucks are awesome. And 6% says not a believer just yet. So you can knock off the 14 and the 6. It makes sense that 78% of the votes are in the 2 middle ones. Either happy they won, but still work to do, much better, feeling more confident. So yeah, we're saying the Canucks aren't perfect, but it's sure nice that they're. Can you imagine if they were like 0-3-2 or 0-2-3? But the 2-1-2 sounds a lot better for sure. So that's the poll question. And one other thing I will do before we get to the mid-show sponsor read, I feel like giving away 5 memberships. So I'm going to do that right now. Usually I kind of quietly say the first and third Sundays of the month, I give away membership gifts. So I'm going to gift 5 memberships right now. So shout out to Canuck Clay, who gifts 5 Canuck Clay memberships, and they go to Prugel, Marcus, my man, Brandon, Rain, and Andrew. So congrats to all of you for joining franchise membership. Thank you to, I'm not going to thank myself. That sounds so stupid, but yes, I'm happy to provide those for you. And I'm happy. Yes, I'm happy to welcome the 5 of you to franchise membership. Let's do my mid-show sponsor read now. And it starts with a word from our primary sponsor, Jason Lim of Van City Experts. Thank you to my channel sponsor, Jason Lim of Van City Experts Real Estate. At Van City Experts, their experience, knowledge, and expertise can serve you well in navigating through the real estate market and will help you to choose the best home or condo in the Greater Vancouver area that best suits your and your family's needs. Also, shout out to my secondary sponsor, Coach Patrick Liu, weight loss coach. Use the link coachpatrickliu.com/clay and receive a free 5-day workout when you sign up. Thank you to Gassy Jack Art, maker of this fine artwork. And thank you to, why do I keep looking back there? Thank you to Vessi Footwear. Use the link tinyurl.com/VessiClay and receive a free pair of socks off your next purchase of Vessi shoes. Again, you can purchase your Canuck Clay merchandise at canuckclay.threadless.com. Thank you, Fangirl. Thank you, Shannon. Thank you, Justin. And now thank you, Alfred, for purchasing. Really, really appreciate your support that way. And shows this week, we have tonight, obviously. Tomorrow night, we will go Canucks After Dark. Parker was sick last week on Thanksgiving Monday, so we'll return tomorrow. Now we got a couple of weeks of games to talk about. Then usually, as you know, my Monday show is at 11:15 to allow Canucks After Dark to finish at around 11:05. And then regular CCC shows Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at 11 p.m. The Tuesday show will be a post-game show because that's Chicago. And then the Canucks don't play again until Saturday. Yeah, that's a big gap. So Tuesday is a post-game show, and then Wednesday, Thursday will not be post-game shows, but I'm sure we'll have plenty to talk about. Okay, friends. Also, a mid-show reminder to you to subscribe, to like the video. We're up to 28 likes, which isn't bad. There's 235 people here. 100 of you on YouTube. So let's get those up. You can leave a donation like the Botch guy has done, like Alfred has done. You can gift a membership like Canuck Clay has done. You can buy your own membership, upgrade your membership. You can use your monthly membership message, your Triple M, like the Botch guy has done. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, you can rate and review. Okay, friends. Now I will get to your questions and comments. I will try and do everything, but if I fall behind, as you know, I resort to questions for sure. Irving wants to know how many Filipinos. That's fine. I have love for the Filipino community. You're a big part of this community. Gail is born and raised in the Philippines, but of Chinese blood. So technically, my kids have no Filipino blood in them. Oh no, Dravakian tested positive for Rona today. Not happy. Sorry to hear that. Dravakian, hope you get better really, really soon. I was high on Brandstrom when he was in Ottawa. The only thing is Forbert will be back soon, and he's a great PK guy. What happens then? You can try Brandstrom on the right if you really like him, or I think you have a really good option. If you need a bigger, tougher lineup, you put Forbert in. If you need more puck moving, you put Brandstrom in. Heck, if you like Brandstrom's game more than you like Desharnais or Juleson's, you could run Brandstrom on the right, but I don't know if you want to do that. We'll see, Ricky. I certainly think that you're not moving Brandstrom down to Abbotsford. I think he's up here to stay, quite frankly. They knew that when they brought him out because he has to clear waivers to go down. So I think it's great. Hughes, Makar, Susi, Hronek. What are you talking about, Makar? Where'd that come from, Rome? Can we do... Oh, this is my fault. I did say I was going to email you. Can we do Sharks Canucks post game on the 23rd of November? It's a Saturday and... What? Do you mean 11-2? If it's 11-2, I told you, SG, that I'm working that weekend because 11-23 is Canucks Ottawa and I'm emceeing a fundraiser. I will email you as soon as I'm done. And then let's do all this kind of negotiating and talking by email. And not your fault. You have already emailed me. I need to email you back, but let's not do this in the chat anymore, SG, if that's okay. We will do it in the email for sure, which I will respond to you after this. In fact, I'm going to open it right now. So it will remind me to email you after this show. If anyone has an extra ticket, I think it's for November 12th. Coach Rob would love to go and have a guys' night. November 12th. Oh, that is the Calgary Flames game. Yes, they are playing Calgary on the 12th. Oh, 12:23. I'm out of town, SG. But that's why we got to do this. We'll do this by email. If that's okay. It's more like a bad cold than anything. Thankful for getting vaccinated. All right. 4-1 Canucks. Okay, I'll go 4-2. Give me 2 scoops. Will Miller be in the lineup for Tuesday? That's a great question. It looks like he got jammed in the upper body in the opening faceoff. And I wonder if upper body was what was keeping him out of all the preseason games. Maybe we'll know more tomorrow, big sports fan, when they practice. Oh yeah, Nation, I owe you tickets for sure. Yeah, because you won them. I will send them. You sent me an email. Good. Wait, I sent you an email. I couldn't find your email. Well, I haven't emailed you yet, which is fine. So if you emailed me, I will look for it. And yeah, I'll get you the tickets this week. No problem, Nation. I'm good for them. You know me. If we had McCarr on this team, how would you do the D pairs? As much as I want Hughes and McCarr together, if you put one on each pairing, you could put them together when you need. It'll be crazy though, like the fastest skating pairing in the league. But with this current roster with McCarr, you can keep Hughes and Hronek together. Then you go McCarr, and I guess our next best guy is Susie. And then you can go Myers Brandstrom. That's what I would do. Then you could have Hughes, McCarr, and Brandstrom on 3 different pairings. Yeah, Chris, I didn't watch his interview today, but I presume it was good. I presume he's in a good mood. Yeah, I'm not sure, Chris. Tell me about it. Did he sound really good, really relaxed? I did not watch it today. RV, I think PD was okay against Florida. I thought he was great. Not great. I thought he was good against Philly. I thought that his line was noticeable. I thought he had made a very unselfish play on the Hoglander goal. He could have easily tried to rip that himself. Maybe he didn't because he wasn't confident, but he was point blank. But he took that extra second and to find Hoglander with an easier tap in. I thought he had a great game. A good game. No problem. Thanks for being here, Dravakian. Appreciate it. Yes, rest up for sure. Love the effort and attention to details the past couple games, but the Canucks are far from firing on all cylinders. That's fair, Ron. By the way, Ron, not sure if you're here. I did my Ask Me Anything, my member, so check that out after this. Will I be doing a meetup on the 28th? Probably not, Harry. But I got a lot of time to decide. Sometimes they go really well and it's really busy, and other times, sometimes I just kind of like sitting and vegging out at my seat, to be honest with you. But likely for these kind of things, first intermission seems to work well for something like this. But I'll talk about it much closer to the 28th. I think that's probably safer for sure. But thank you for asking. Vinny and Brandy have been great together. Yeah. When the schedule came out, what game were you most excited to go to this year? Yeah, truly, if I don't think about what date or day or time of year, I'm always like to see the Colorado game. I don't have to see Toronto or Montreal. Like I realize that we can I don't have to go see those. I like to see Tampa because I like to see Winnipeg, but Colorado to me is always an exciting game. And because of playoffs, if I get to one of the Oilers games, which I will, the November 9 one, I say Colorado and Oilers are the two that excite me. And the Florida one, defending Stanley Cup champions, maybe those 3. Oh, I was happy that Lions won. They pounded them. It was awesome. Hey, Unpaved. People still think Kraken are a bad team. We'll see. I'm not fully convinced yet. If you were the coach, how would you motivate PD to get off something? Every time you get the puck, PD, shoot it. I don't care if it gets blocked. Just shoot it. Shoot it and shoot it hard. That's what I would tell PD. Even though I just praised him for passing to Hoglander for that goal. Who do you think will end up with the most power play points in the league? Right now, it's McCarr. Yeah, McCarr, McDavid. McDavid would seem to make sense. Great for 11.6. Yeah, all good. We'll do it over the email. Last 2 games of Florida, not Tampa, Clay. What did I say? Last 2 games were Florida, not Tampa. Who are we talking about? Did I say Tampa instead of Florida? Unpaved. Yes. No, I will email you unpaved. I will later this week because I owe you a van based gift card, right? Yeah. Later this week, I owe two people van based gift cards. I owe Mr. Fuji a game with me, and I owe Nation 2 tickets. No, I will take care of that later this week. I realize I didn't follow up with you right after my 24-hour live stream, but I have all that unpaved, and I'll diarize to do it later this week for sure. Thank you for asking. PD showing signs of life, indeed. Yeah, Carol. Monday, Tuesday are nutso for me. It is better if we chat. Carol, again, I'd ask you to text me so we don't do it over the stream, if that's okay. Thank you. Hey, Tyrone. Nice to meet you. You are always welcome here. Glad you found me. Good morning, Edmonton Times. What does that mean, RSA? Where are you right now? Lines with Joshua. Back. Thoughts on that? RV, I've said you go Miller with Besser and DeBrusque. Try Garland and Joshua with PD. Then a third line of Suter, Sherwood, and Heinen. And a fourth line of Bluger, Sprong, and a third line of Hoglander, Sherwood, and Bluger. And then a fourth line of Heinen and Suter and Oman or something like that. I'd have a lot of time for something like that. I think I just missed. No, Sprong. Let's try that again. Miller, Besser, DeBrusque, PD with Joshua and Garland. Then a third line of Hoglander and Sherwood with Bluger or Suter. And the other one of Bluger or Suter was Sprong and Heinen. That's what I meant to say. Start Shelovs. I have no problem with that. Why do they light fireworks on Halloween? There must be some sort of customer tradition that I don't know about. I love Lankinen. I see Demko coming out of Lankinen. Okay, that sounds good. Nah, I love Lankinen too. Lankinen seems extremely excited to be part of this group. The one thing I'm thankful for is the contract he signed at. It's quite a deal for us. Absolutely, yes. Yeah, don't expect Lankinen back next year, you guys. I'm calling it now. I think talking to PD, no, he can get to another level. He's just not going there when he knows he can. In practice and in games, it's about pushing the boundaries in your mind. That's fair. I was going to ask you about tickets in January, but there's not a lot in the first few weeks. Yeah, Swervin Irvin, you can ask me or message me and I can send you my ticket list. Is PD unhappy? Good question. I want to be happy. People are ripping McDavid's lazy effort in Dallas yesterday. Oh, I did not see that. Which Canuck game do you enjoy watching? I would like them all. As long as the Canucks are playing hard, I like them all, but I like to see stars in the other team as well. Pittsburgh, Washington, Colorado, Edmonton. Every team's got stars. Just some not as many as others. Up to the coach, but one game won't hurt Shelovs. You need to get his confidence back. Yeah, Tyler, that's totally fair. You probably missed it. But I was talking about I have no problem going to Lankinen either if you're coming off a shutout and 2 days rest. I think Utah sneaks in as a wild card Canucks fan. I do. Boudreaux's comments about what he thinks is bothering PD. I did see that. Remind me, I did watch it. What did he say again? What did he say? But I did watch it. If you were Ellen and Jim Hughes, is ideal situation that the Canuck games to overtime? I don't know, Fangirl, what's ideal for Ellen and Jim Hughes. They might not care for an overtime goal. They might not even care who wins as long as all three of their boys play well and don't get hurt. Oh, I said Tampa Bay and Philly as last two games. Gotcha. Thank you. Mr. Fuji getting stood up, or as others would say, maybe he's going to bring his son instead of me, and I'm the one who gets stood up. Would I get the 1,000 game Tyler Myers shirt? Thinking about Edmund, but I'm not a big, I don't know, you guys saw it in my stream. I don't have a lot of actually memorabilia t-shirts or whatever word is, milestone t-shirts. No, I'm fine with someone who's quiet, whistle to whistle. After the whistles, we blab our collective brains out. Sedin Twins, JT and Mike McDonough are doing autograph signings in Langley. Nice. PD Garland Hoggy, I like it too. The Meyer shirt, yeah, concert style. Thank you. Thank you for asking, Alfred. We're Richmond, so we were barely affected. Like when it comes to storms and things like that, Richmond, I know we'll be the first to sink in a major earthquake, but generally Richmond gets the least of it. So we're fine. Thank you for asking. Fangirl, that depends on what you value. If you value getting bang for your buck, you stay to the very end. You go really early. If you value getting out of downtown before most of the traffic, then good on you. Then you don't have to stay. 3 stars is just okay. If you don't see it a lot, it's neat to see. But if you're a regular, I don't think you have to stay to watch it. Good question though. No, I never arrive before 5 when the doors open. I think the doors open at 6, right? I thought the doors open 1 hour before game time, not 2, if I'm not mistaken. Regardless, I show up. If I'm in my regular seats, I'll show up by 6:45. If I'm in Encore or somewhere else, I'll get there by 6. Could you go live for 7 days straight for the Canucks to win the Stanley Cup? For them to win it, I could take one for the team, but I did say that I'll do 48 hours once they win it. 3.5 times 3 next year, perhaps. Yeah, he could be a starter. If I did get to the game on November 12th, I could play in net. I think it's D they're more worried about, Coach Rob. P needs to score goals and assist other players despite not doing target system. Yeah, there's a disconnect somewhere for sure. Signed for Edmonton, 5 million times 2. Lankinen, better than Skinner. Don Cherry retired many years ago, John. He said that PD strives to be as good as the elites in the league, and Boudreau thinks he seems really unhappy. Yes, I do remember him saying that now. If I don't know if PD and Talk get along. I think Boudreau saying PD's overthinking, like he wants to do well, but overthinking. Yep, that makes sense too. Could Talk switch Forbert and Branson depending on opponents? Yeah, David, I mentioned that. You might not have heard it. I said, depending if you need on a bigger lineup versus a more puck moving. Exactly. Yeah, some said it was his wrist. Some said it was upper body, the way he got jammed. Who knows? Remember, we saw him wearing that it's not athletic tape, that healing tape thing on his neck too, a game or two ago. Harry goes early for warmups. That's cool. Boudreau he was a good coach. I don't think they give free beer at Canucks games. How are the Edmonton fans in the chat today? I'm worried about this nagging wrist injury. Is that what it is, Helen? I'm surprised Langdon was passed on. He went 7-1 with 940 and 1.15 for Finland for gold in 18-19. Yeah, but yeah, he's done 2 years Chicago, 2 years Nashville. 35 Pepsis in 7 days. Very good. Can I take you to the Chicago game on November 16th? We can do a hot dogging, a time capital. That sounds very, very fun. But I am out of commission on November 16, 17, Chicago, Nashville, because it's my biggest work event of the year. So I won't be going to the games that weekend. Yeah, okay. Me and you, Rob, will be the most immobile. Well, you might be fine. I'll be immobile. Heard him say he was shot that Lankinen was available in September, given his adjusted save numbers. Yep, he did say that given all the analytics that he's privy to, he couldn't believe he was unsigned. That's right. He did say that. If Demko can't play for the rest of his career, would you consider signing Lankinen for long term? Alfred, I'd like to see how he does this year. Yeah, and I know you're talking hypothetical. I would need to see how Lankinen does this year. Did you watch the trolling by Winnipeg Jets fans on Retner? Not sure the spelling. They say Payne is better. Who's Retner and who's Payne? Helen, and then I'll answer it. Favorite position? I don't on the ice. I don't have one. I see the value for all positions on the ice, Simon. Predicting a 4-game win streak. I like it. John, they're not keeping it quiet. They just don't know a lot about it. No word on Demko. They say he's skating. I don't necessarily get that PD and talk of friction. I think Boudreau's right. I think PD is extremely critical. Yeah. But if there is a bit of friction, that will add to it for sure. Hey, Jim Benning. I work for the Catholic Archdiocese. I'm a director and I help churches do their ministry for young people. We still need to see Lanks in high pressure games. That's fair. I think Tocchet will keep the lines the same. I would. That was a good performance. Pedersen should step it up. I'm going to get very angry. All right, we'll be ready for you. Yes, the election is pretty crazy. We won't know for another week, the final results. Tocchet should leave the Lions for at least 2 weeks. No changes to build chemistry. Yeah, I don't know about 2 weeks SMW, but I agree with you. I did say on one of my streams that he should leave them together for at least 2 or 3 games. Who needs to play with Pete to get him out of his slump? Does Sprong have a spot outside the fourth? I think he can play up on a second or third line if he plays hard defensively. I think he could play with PD because PD is good defensively. I would have been fine with seeing PD, Sprong, and DeBrusque get a longer look, honestly. Yeah, playoffs, they open earlier, but usually 1 hour before start time regular season. Exactly, Helen. Thank you. Okay, friends, I'll go for 4 more minutes. I used to go for 45 minutes. I don't know how I started going for an hour, but I like between 40 and 50 minutes. I think an hour sometimes drags a little bit, especially if there's no Canucks news to talk about per se. Thoughts on 3-forward OT the Panthers implemented? Do you see the league mimicking that? No, I don't, because you saw how it kind of went against them. It was very easy for Miller to walk all of them, especially Lundell. I think, part of my theory was Maurice didn't want to get to the shootout, but it's kind of counter. Here's my thinking. Tell me if you agree with this, Adrian. I thought that maybe Paul Maurice did not want to get to the shootout because he didn't have Barkov and Kachuk. So he wanted to try and end it in overtime, i.e., hopefully with a win by going for pure offense. That's the only thing I can think of, really. Fangirl, I have not been into the office, and I'm going to be in Maple Ridge tomorrow for work, so I won't even go in the office tomorrow. So I don't know, but I think our building is pretty new. I think the drainage is pretty good, but I haven't heard of anything yet. Top 6 Dakota. How long does it take for the Canucks to get in a good flow? Too many injuries, or are they just not in good shape yet? No, it's not about the shape. Even the injuries, every team has them. I was even blaming chemistry, 7 new players, but a lot of teams, like many people point out to me, a lot of teams have new players. But I do think because their preseason schedule was quite disjointed and quite short, they didn't really practice as a full team until the very end. So I think 2 or 3 weeks should be enough. A month at the most burned. Garland bring the energy, but PD's supposed to do that as a center. Miller has to be his wrists. Just took 1 face off. Yeah, no, I agree. It's likely his wrist, but it can still be an upper body too. And you don't have the torque or the rotation to win face-offs or the battle. Yeah, but I hear you. Can't believe people think conservatives. Oh, okay. I don't mind political talk, but I don't want to get into it. Why do opponents play Pettersson so soft? He would be crushed in a cross check. Well, maybe they're afraid of that amazing reverse hit he does. You're getting too big for only 45 minutes. How about 45 minutes times 5, though, Swerve and Irvin? I don't know anyone else who streams nightly as consistently as I do. I love your streams. Thank you, K Misty. I love the fact that you love the streams. But I'm taking this as love, Swerve and Irvin, for sure. First time in 2 weeks, I am here. So 1 hour and 30. No, I'm going to wrap up about 2 minutes, RSA. When Joshua returns, unless you guys keep asking me good questions, do you think the lines will be keeping the same for the first and second line and have Joshua, Garland, and Bluger? That's an option because then you could try DeBrusque, Sprong, and Hoglander in those. I could see them going both ways. I thought Natalie Miller's reaction was very, very sweet, and the kids were great. Would I trade Pettersson for Lindholm, including the contracts? No, I still wouldn't. I think we're starting to heat up. You're talking about the Canucks, right? Not me, Jack. Jets are the rank 1 to the hockey guy. They're playing well. Simon, I already said this. I thought it was a great game. Although I didn't watch it completely because I had it on the side. I was focused on the Canucks game. This time around last year was when we got hot. Yeah, we won 8 of 9. Hey, Carol, I went through this already. San Jose lost to Colorado. LA beat Anaheim. Those were the 2 in our division, 3 teams in our division. I don't think Branson will get sent down, at least not soon, because he can be plucked off of waivers. I'd keep him up here as an extra. Ideally, if you're going to keep up 2 defensemen, you keep up a lefty and you keep up a righty. So right now we have Branson and Juleson, or Branson's technically in there because Forbert isn't. No, I know you do, Irvin. Thank you. Turn on the karaoke mic in time. Yeah, but I will also lose all my viewers, Adrian. Who's the best team? We'll see. I think in the end, it's going to be Dallas and the Rangers. That's been my prediction from the start. Take care. Lindholm been done that. Oh, the Canucks. I would not do this trade. I would not do this trade. I like Villander. I really do. Although Anderson is good. I get it. But I think it's going to take more than Villander to get him. Yes, I know you're happy, BC. Look like you're getting tasered with that Miller injury. Branson already cleared waivers, so he can be sent down. Oh, thank you, Viper. That would make sense. So you're saying within a certain amount of time, we can send him down without him being claimed. Thank you, Viper, for that clarification. If a regular season game is tied after 60 minutes and still tied after OT, would you rather end the game tied or determine a winner? How would you modify OT if you're determined? Well, the NHLPA won't go for longer than 5 minutes because they don't want to tire their stars out. When you're tired, more susceptible to injury. But no, I wouldn't want to tie. I do like. I know some people think it's gimmicky. I do like there's a winner or loser. I really do. No, you don't trade coaches. You only fire them. Jets fan trolling Pittsburgh. Oh, you mean the Rutger, the rookie. Rutger and Jagger. Yes, that makes sense now. Sherwood has been great. LA sports teams. Yeah, the LA team, Dodgers is good. 30 days the first time for waivers. Thank you. Yeah, so that's what. So two you guys are saying 30 days. I think the Jets are great. They're getting good scoring and great goaltending. I love the prime rib sandwich at Carve, Selena. That's my favorite. I'm old enough to remember ties. Me too. And that is a perfect way to end. Okay, last one from Witten. Which top 4 D-man would we get? One that has been mentioned, like Anderson, or good out of the blue like Hronik? I think it'll be a right shot guy. So maybe Anderson, especially if Calgary does falter a little bit later. No new hacks yet, but I'm gonna go look. I've only been to one game, so when I go to those 3 games in the next 3 weeks, I will look for a new hack and a new hint for sure. I thought NHL games did play. If the game was tied, it would stay that way. It used to be like that, Shannon. They used to not have overtime, or even at the end of overtime before the shootout. Yes, I'm going to 3 of the next 4. I'm going to Pittsburgh, Carolina, and Edmonton, but not New Jersey. Oh, I didn't know he got sent down. Good to know. Okay, friends, that is a good place to end. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate you. Moderators, thank you for keeping this a safe and respectful place. Members, as legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Andrew Chang, Hall of Fame and franchise members, thanks for your support. And thanks to all of you for watching, liking, and subscribing. On your way out, you can subscribe, like the video, leave a donation, or become a member. And thank you to Van City Experts Real Estate and Coach Patrick Liu, weight loss coach. Also, thanks to everyone who went above and beyond today. The Botch Guy for using a Triple M, Alfred for the donation, the Botch Guy for a donation, and to Canuck Clay for gifting 5 memberships. Don't forget my shows tomorrow, Canucks After Dark with Parker at 10, and then my own show right here, Clay's Canucks Commentary at 11:15. Shorter show tomorrow, but we'll talk about the Lions from practice, talk about JT Miller, and anything else that comes up. So once again, thanks everyone for being here. Great start to the week. You guys know I count Sunday night as a start to my week as opposed to the end of my week. So I'm looking forward to a great week with all of you, and I'm looking forward to a great week for the Canucks. Continue to build on their modest 2-game win streak. Don't forget to rate the bad joke on my way out on a scale. I almost give you that groove music on a scale of 1 to 10. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow night, 10 o'clock for Canucks After Dark, 11:15 for CCC and SG Sports Talk. If you're still in here, I will email you within the next 5 minutes. Okay, we good? We're all good. Thanks for being here. You guys are already rating the joke, and I haven't even said anything, but that's fine. It just tells me you're excited to hear it. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. You know, I visited my doctor last week, and he told me that my sugar was too high. Yes. So when I got home, I moved it to a lower shelf. God bless. That was sweet. And go Canucks go. Booyah.